Assalamualaikum and good afternoon. I bid to our lecturer, Dr. Adibah. So today our group will present about the smoking cigarettes among community in Betung, Sarawak. And our group member is Muhammad Huzaifi bin Muhammad Arifin, Afiq Azwan bin Hazmi, Furkan bin Fairuz Bansir, Wan Muhammad Akif bin Wazanusi, and Muhammad Nur Ajmal Sari bin Muhammad.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Nur Ajmal Sari bin Muhammad with metric number 265631. As a first presenter, I will start for introduction. As we know, smoking is a very dangerous for our health. This is because there are many substances used inside cigarettes such as tar, ammonia, benzonia, plumbum, and so on. For other ways, smoking also that will cause adverse effects such as lung cancer, tongue cancer, mouth cancer, and also kidney implication. And when we're looking for smoke, there are also chemicals inside that can affect our body immunization, and it will causes cells cancer easily to spread in our body. As a fact, teenagers around 10 to 19 years old are among the contributors to smoking, which affect 25% of Malaysian population. However, the objective of government to achieve first-class thinking it seems quite difficult. Because our society still face this situation. However, this situation usually happen at school, And finally, we have a global teenagers 2009 tobacco survey has found around 22.8% of teenagers are trying to smoking. Therefore, everyone as a society must act proactively to resolve this situation. That's all from me. I will pass to the next presenter.
Okay, now we can move to the problem statement. Several parties, especially the government, have taken a number of initiatives to address the problem of smoking addiction, but the rate of community involvement in this issue has not decreased, but sometimes increased. There are no exceptions for the age group or ethnicity contributing to the increase in smoking. Persuasion strategy. Persuasion is a process that occurs when a person's speech affects the value, belief, and attitude of the listener. According to Hovland, Janis, and Kellis, 1953 also defined persuasion in the context of communication function as an oral utterance that changes the behavior of other individual. Whereas Smith, 1982 associate meaning persuasion with the field of psychology. Persuasion is used as a symbol to influence a person's internal aspect and a cognitive consciousness voluntarily after properly receiving the message conveyed. According to Aristotle, 2040, persuasion strategy aims to persuade rationally, use truthful argument through the character and qualities of oneself, persuasive, and understanding the target's emotions to evoke a sense of fun and excitement. Apart from Mr. Asri state that tak nak merokok and speak out your right, also campaign to prevent the community from getting caught up in the habit of smoking. The campaign will utilize traditional like newspaper and magazines and the new media platform and special event print and internet media. Anti-smoking message can be distributed via mass media outlets such as YouTube, Facebook, and so on. Newspaper firms can also contribute by offering particular space to educate community about the dangers of smoking. Journalists, editors, and media writers must use caution in their approach to processing of phrases and pictures in order to capture readers' attention and ensure that the content given is fully understood and appreciated. Additionally, the mass media should boost its broadcasting of news and stories that educate and inform the public about the impact of smoking in daily life. As a result, informative messages indicate to a significant role play in an endeavor with the necessary aim of being able to create awareness of the audience. In addition, persuasion strategy can also be applied by using the KAP model. This model emphasizes three elements: knowledge, attitude, and practice. KAP. KAP model has a positive effect when a knowledge will positively influence an individual attitude and influence practice and behaviors. For example, we were able to identify the knowledge possessed by the community that refer to their understanding about dangers of smoking. For instance, how well they know the type of medication and reason that cause a person to get stuck in smoking addiction, and the step to overcome the problem. Next is attitude. Attitude refers to society feeling about the smoking problem that is occurring and the ideas they thought of before. Finally, practice refers to the method by which they demonstrate their knowledge and attitude through their actions. For example, when the community, especially adolescents, are given early exposure to the dangers of smoking through awareness campaign, they can avoid getting caught up in smoking addictions.
Assalamualaikum and salam sejahtera to all my friend and my lecturer, Dr. Adibah. My name is Afiq Azwan bin Hazmi, metric number 262249. Today, I would like to present theory related in our assignment. The first theory are included is inoculation theory. The inoculation theory was proposed by Megger in response to a situation where the goal to persuade someone not to be persuaded by another. The theory is a model for building resistance to persuasion attempt by exposing people to argument against their belief and giving them counter argument to refuse attacks. The theory therefore offers mechanism by which communication is used to help people defend their belief. Alright, in this theory, there are two components, which is threat and refusational preemption. What is threat? The threat is a forewarning of a possible attack to one attitude and belief. The person is aware of his or her vulnerability to persuasive attack. The perception that there is an impending threat psychologically motivates a person to defend his belief and attitude. The second one is refusational preemption. Potential target for persuasion attacks should not be only forewarned, but the inoculation message should also preempt what the possible counterattack will be. While preparing the inoculation message, the argument that the other side will put forward should be anticipated and ways of countering them should be prepared. And another example of inoculation theory is research has shown that the focus on promoting method by which students can resist peer pressure to start smoking as result in a substantial reduction of smoking among students. The next one is cognitive dissonance theory. Cognitive dissonance theory was first investigated by Leon Festinger, which is a psychologist. The mental clash of tension resulting from the process of acquiring knowledge or understanding through the sense is called cognitive dissonance. In simple, the clash of mind when we have to choose from the choice, it can be called cognitive dissonance. This is the feeling of discomfort from two conflicting thoughts. It may increase or decrease according to the following factor. The theory suggests that our mind have a tendency to avoid such clash and tension through various methods and attain harmony. The dissonance will be on its highest on the matters regarding the self-image. The theory states that we are possessed with the powerful drive to maintain cognitive steadiness and reliability, which may sometimes become irrational. For example, when people smoke, which is his behavior, and they know that smoking causes cancer, there is a cognition. They are in state of cognitive dissonance.
Hi, my name is Furkan bin Fairuz Banse. My metric number is 2622356. Today I want to talk about the findings. The campaign called Rokok Membahayakan Kesihatan has been held at SMK Saribas Debak, Betong, Sarawak on 14 June 2021 to provide the community about the smoking addiction. Two special invitations from Polis Diraja Malaysia PDRM and Kementerian Kesihatan Malaysia KKM to provide the related information. Encik Ahmad as the representative of PDRM and Encik Muhammad Asri represent KKM to share the related issues. Benefits of the program is to enhance the social ethical behavior and to expose the dangers of smoking. Social ethical behavior, as we know, play a big part for us. Individuals are tend to follow the trend from his or her friend, trying to copy them. Many of cases state that smokers start smoking because influenced by friends. Thus, social ethical behavior need to be enhanced in order to make a healthy lifestyle. Second, many of the smokers do not know the dangers of smoking. They don't have any information regarding the dangers of smoking. Thus, it makes sense that smoking nowadays become a normal. Community need to be exposed by the dangers of smoking in order to prevent the smoking habits. Detail of the program as scheduled held on 14 June 2021 from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. which is 2 sessions. Venue is at SMK Saribas Debak, Betong, Sarawak. The information regarding the social ethical behavior provided by Polis Diraja Malaysia PDRM delivered by Encik Ahmad in the morning. A lot of good information shared by him. In the evening sessions, the talk delivered by Encik Muhammad Asri represent the Kementerian Kesihatan Malaysia to provide the information about the dangers of smoking. Expected result, we expect that the SMK Saribas Debak student, the teachers, and the community at Betong, Sarawak might gain the deeper understanding about the smoking issues. Two responsible parties, which is from Polis Diraja Malaysia PDRM and Kementerian Kesihatan Malaysia KKM, delivering well in.
Okay, I will present the discussion of this topic. After discussing with group members, we found that the problem of smoking addiction is a problem that can have a negative impact on the development of society in Malaysia. The first one is why this subject is seen important to discuss. Smoking addiction program as being able to change one's lifestyle. A person's ability also influence lifestyle because a healthy life can be used for a more conducive lifestyle. The earliest individuals in the form of one's personality are our parents. They are responsible for educating children. In this case, parents need to take part in educating the child so that they not to be easily influenced by a culture that is not beneficial. If a person has been influenced by a culture of the unprofitable consumption, it will impact on the family and society. The proof is today. Many people in society being influenced by useless things, such as smoking, racing, stealing, and robbing. Parents should act proactively to give appropriate lesson to children so they can use for themselves, which is good and not because there is importance education. action of parents is need to provide effective education and supervision of children's behavior activities rather than independent. Technologies such as social media are easy to access. It's easy to find information and explore by using the internet. To monitor the use of social media by children requires a high level of determination and patience. High patience is for the maximum possible use for the self-developing well-being. Traits and access from social media are open and complex to find information more easily. The program also focuses on the influence of social media on the thinking of children and society. This includes the vulnerabilities of social media that have been manipulated by some individuals to promote brands that do not emphasize the issue of public sensitivity by promoting fashion advertisements while smoking. This will affect the psychology, behavior, and well-being of a handful of other communities. This is a serious problem that needs to be resolved. The parties involved should be more sensitive in promoting advertisements for business purpose. If not managed well, many communities are more easily influenced by the ads that are released. Threat can be controlled if parents play their role as much as possible. Digital literacy not enough to control children's ideology. Parents should be more active in raising awareness about the ill effects of smoking. Parents' job is to monitor their children's activities by limiting their association, and it can have minimal impact on children. The growth of children will be properly preserved. Parents must constantly monitor their children's phones. This is intended to give children the best possible control over their daily activities, such as with whom they are texting, what their purpose is. Second one is why we choose smoking issues to discuss in this program. Young people today will continue the struggle to develop the country based on knowledge, virtue and devotion. Responsible parents are capable of producing a generation with first-class minds. To give awareness to all at an early stage needs to be emphasized. This situation, the emphasis is given to children. Step that should be practiced by the family is that emphasis on the father should be given, because the personality of the children is based on the character of the father. The early learning of children is through non-formal education in accordance with the step taken by parents. The awareness is formed in the family itself. Parents need to reflect the best character in shaping the personality of the family. A child will begin to learn based on what the parents do. The appropriate issues should be discussed because they are required. Educational specialization is given according to the children's preference. In the early stage, parents need to know what kind of interests the children have in the surrounding culture. For example, someone is interested in a game uses latest technology. Parents need to aware of this. It will help and able to keep them away from being easily influenced by negative peers. The current the current needs of the current world by the COVID-19 pandemic that has changed social system around the world by emphasizing ICT. There are various facilities and improvements to be given to children regarding integrated values that combine more aggressive and wanting advantage to parents in educating children who are susceptible to smoking. Smoking has become part of the culture accepted by the community in Malaysia. This situation makes smoking individuals not labelled as committing an offence. This affects all communities that this smoking habit does not give them a barrier even if they are still at school level. Today's environment where smoke are considered easy to buy and can be found at any nearby store and kiosk without barriers to minors. The situation becomes more complicated when smoke are sold independently. This situation is no exception for teenagers where they always have the nature to want to try. As a responsible person, traders should know what the adverse effects are if the sale of smoke without age restriction is given to teenagers. At a young age, teenagers should think for the future more seriously. Factors that need to be given serious attention by all parties are smoking is very dangerous for our health. Smoking also have many adverse effects on the health of person's life. Based on the concept of an Islamic state, the 37 Muzakarah of the National Fatwa Committee for Islamic Religious Affairs of Malaysia, which met on 23rd March 1995, was used to explain that smoking is haram from an Islamic perspective. According to Islamic principles, smoking causes waste, damages one's health, and causes environmental pollution. The issue of smoking being haram needs to be discussed more seriously by the federal government and state governments to make adjustments internationally among Muslim countries around the world to ensure the well-being of Muslims is protected. To make Malaysia a country with first-class thinking, society needs to have a good intellectual level.
As a suggestion, we intend to create a program that uses various approaches to explain this, especially to teenagers. The program that we are organizing is the Rokok Membahayakan Kesihatan program, which is focused on teenagers in Betong, Sarawak. Through the program, all information will be presented through different platforms, through talks, and using posters that will be placed in the corners or notice board in school so that students can understand more about prevention steps and the effect they will face if involved in smoking. Okay, with the program Rokok Membahayakan Kesihatan, there are three objectives of this program. The first one is to create a good mindset of younger generation that is free from the influence of smoking habit. Next, to provide awareness to target group of the significant to combating smoking addicted as that individual responsibility. And the last one is to stop the people from taking the cigarette. The implementation of this program takes into account many specific aspects such as information delivery methodology, information to be conveyed, the involvement of certain group, and its impact in the future. This is because persuasion is very easy to do because you only need convincing word so that people, especially teenagers, that they do not easily get involved in smoking activities. This program will be conducted at SMK Saribas Debak Betong, where this program is an effective persuasion platform to achieve the goal of influencing and can convince them not to get involved in the bad effect of smoking activities.
In the conclusions, we conclude that nowadays smoking become normal, especially in teenagers. It is because of the social ethical behavior, which is the society keep practicing the unhealthy lifestyle. Furthermore, smoking become habit because the community, especially the smokers, are lack of education of dangerous of smoking. Government such as Polis Diraja Malaysia PDRM and Kementerian Kesihatan Malaysia KKM need to take further action to prevent the number of smokers increase. Thank you.